Hello, this is Steph with my top 5 shrubs for 2023. So this one is 100% my favorite rose. This came with the house, so I do not know the name. But it is like a pink, has pink edges and like a soft peachy apricot. It's just beautiful. Rose, it has long stems. It has a ton of buds right now. So this one blooms June, and then maybe we'll have like 1 or 2 throughout the season. And then come September, late September, it just starts to explode again once the temperatures cool off. So this has 2 beautiful blooms on it. And it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, about 14 buds coming up. So this thing is gonna look unbelievable in about a week or so. This one is 100% my favorite rose in the garden. It's just gorgeous. It has, just some leaf issues, which typically roses in my garden just do. But the blooms are just perfection. So we're gonna go over to the side garden for a couple more. So I do have quite a bit of landscape roses. The other one I would say an honorable mention would be the At Last Rose by Proven Winners. This is beautiful. It smells beautiful. The color is gorgeous. And it just is another beautiful landscape rose. I do have knockout roses that do okay. They perform and they fit their purpose, but there's just no rose like that rose over there. So my next one is going to be sorry for my shadow, I'm trying to mix that up. The Pugster Blue Butterfly Bush. This one I bought on clearance. There's a video about that I bought for my birthday, I think. Or just on clearance. Yeah, I think it was for my birthday. I bought it for myself. And this looked sad, but it looks fantastic now. The cooler weather is just exploded with blooms. I couldn't deadhead, some of these older blooms, but it is just doing gorgeous. The leaves have no stress on them. They look amazing. It gets mostly, just downpour, like it's water from rainwater, and then I water everything around it and let that drip in. And so far, so good. It doesn't, and our soil holds onto a lot of moisture. I know that these can tend to rot. So I am very careful with the way it was planted, the way I planted it, and I didn't fertilize it, and it's just doing well. So it's basically just living on the nutrients of the soil, and that's really it. So I'm very, very pleased with that one. Next, well, without question, it's definitely has to be a hydrangea, right? So there's a few hydrangeas on my top 5 list. This is the Quick Fire. It hasn't taken on a ton of bulk this year, but that is completely fine with me. It is fully covered in blooms, and I'm hoping next it's just rooting in, and next year it will probably, my guess, it will double in size. This is in a full sun location. It gets watered by me when needed, when we have dry spells, and it gets rain. But I fertilized it once when I planted it, and another time when I did my yearly fertilizing in the spring, and that was it. It is just been here, loving its life. I love this stage of the blooms. The whites are pretty, but this pink is just breathtaking. So the next one is a hydrangea, of course. It's pretty much a hydrangea in one rose as far as shrubs go in my garden. So it's pretty much all I really tend to plant. I have an azalea that's not in bloom, which is definitely an honorable mention. This azalea in May is just showstopper, covered in pink blooms. Absolute favorite spring shrub, without question. She's a diva. She's big, she's bulky, she's amazing. But the rest of the season is just kind of their evergreen, and most likely we will be scaling it down, though it's so established that I'm worried that it won't leaf out. So we're gonna see. It's definitely too big for the spot, but it's also amazing when it's in bloom. So I think after blooms we might take it down by about a third. We might take it down a little bit drastically, just so other things can kind of shine, and it gives some space for other things to get to their size. So this is the Little Wine Punch. It doesn't have as bright of the pink as I thought. It's definitely more the brown. We did have a pretty harsh summer. It is right next to the hose, which was intentional. So this one I know will need a lot of water, so I put it somewhere where I can easily access water. There was a spirea there that I dug out this spring, and I planted this here, and I love it. I absolutely love the structure. These stems are solid. When I bought this at full price, which I'm sure if you watched any of these videos, you know I don't do that very often, but some things are worth it, and this was 100% worth the $35 I spent, which isn't even a lot of money, but it always is hard for me to spend full price on anything, especially a plant when they tend to die or there's issues. But this is giving me zero issues. It's just been giving so much life, and it's such a great spot right here. So it could fill in. Even if it grows out over here, it'd be fine. If it gets taller, and everything around it is replaceable. I mean, there's a daylily over there that's easily moved. There is, I put Shasta daisies right there that were just a filler space because I knew this one wasn't big, so I can easily take that out. The iris will, by the time this reaches that far, they would need to be thinned out anyway. So this one, it can get as large as you want, honey, because you're amazing and I love you. P.S. You're the best. So our last one is going to be a hydrangea. So I did mention the Penny Mac Illustrated Garden, so I won't mention that one again. So this is going to be the number 5 on this video. This is the All Summer Beauty. This one I bought, I think it has the tag on it still. So I bought this for half price, so this was $7 at Lowe's. I think it was in a 1 gallon. It was small. It's still small, but the amount of blooms on it for something that's so new in the ground. I mean, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 coming. Another bud. It is just doing fantastic. So here are the specs on it. 3 or 4 feet tall and wide. So 5. Summer Beauty hydrangeas. This is kind of like an off-brand of the Endless Summer original, and I mean, it's just gorgeous. The leaves are really healthy on this one. Again, this was a clearance plant. I don't even know if I have a video about when I bought it. I might, but this is just doing it. It's probably the healthiest looking hydrangea I have right now. So that's my top 5. Here's another All Summer Beauty that has no blooms, but it has a bud coming in. Again, I'm just more first-year plants. I just want them to root in. Here's another. This is the Wee White that looks a little rough, but again, more thinking long-term. Next year, have this root in and fill in this space. It doesn't get very big, but I think it'll look really great next to this pink rose and this Helen Feinstein. And here is a Twist and Shout. This is an update that's starting to take on some fall color. It hasn't really done much, had 3 blooms on it, and it's just kind of there. So we'll see how next year brings. I want to thank you for tuning in today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.